So as I mentioned, I've been a 5-time venture-backed founder. I've started many companies that have been sold or acquired, some fail. But one of the key takeaways of that is, when you're a founder, you're marching towards some goal, some problem is nagging at you that you want to solve. And most successful founders work at ways of solving that problem and trying to build a product around it that, resonates with people. And as a founder, what most founders do is they find a problem that really nags at them. It's usually a problem that relates personally, and they drill down and try and create a product that helps solve that problem. And if the product is good and other people have a similar problem, then usually it can be quite successful. A lot of companies fail. I would say 9 out of 10 startups fail anyways, but you're in the space where you're really trying to solve a problem. I think filmmaking is very similar in a lot of ways, and I've talked to several friends in Hollywood that also pitch and direct movies and things like this, and the parallels are pretty stunning when it comes to pitching and fundraising, because in the startup world in America, investors are much more willing to risk capital and try things out because they're looking for a big payoff. And I think what happens is a lot of times investment happens at an idea stage. They have no idea if that product or that idea is going to pan out, but they kind of invest in the team and they invest in, the ability to sort of iterate your way there. And many of my friends in Hollywood and the film industry today that pitch and, make movies, the parallels are very similar to fundraising, because you're really kind of betting on the individual or the team. And so you're looking at their work, you're looking at their ability to, solve problems, get something made from nothing. Here in Europe is a bit different. I think, investors here are much more risk averse. Also, I think the film industry is quite a bit different here in Europe. And I think the problem is that a lot of funding comes from the government. And so the local production companies here have to be certified by the government. They get money for the government for the production. So even if you come with an idea, you can get funding to finish your script, but once your script is finished, you need to partner with the production company here to actually raise money to get the film made. And if the production company doesn't like what you're doing, or it's outside the norm, then chances are it's going to be very hard to get funding. Whereas in America, I think people are willing to take bigger bets. And so part of the mentality of being a startup founder and coming into Berlin and coming into the film space is to take some of those early things about problem solving and not dealing with risk or worrying too much about the risk of it all and just going for it. I think serves me pretty well here so far.